Hello, and welcome to Fallout New Thedas.
Bark, 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 bark.
I am your GM, Hannah, and these are my lovely menagerie of players.
Andrea wasn't here. I had to do it.
I understand.
Squawk!
Yes, dear, we all know you're a bird.
Just had to make sure.
All right. Previously on Fallout New Thedas, we left our party in some compromising positions. Valise straight up whacked a dude. Neural and Ray pretty much crushed it, and Desmond got all tied up. Well, I guess you tied another guy up.
Yeah,
Got
Desmond was
someone
the one who
else all
did the
tied up.
tying.
Sorry, Desmond got Chad all tied up. Will our heroes escape this web of... I got nothing. I didn't write this beforehand. I'm just doing my best, guys. Anyways, so there was going to be a cool pun there, but I couldn't think of one. Will our heroes not die? Find out.
Ha, not. Because tied up.
What? A Fallout.
Ends me.
All right. When we last left off, Ray and Neural were either... Had you guys left the observation tower, or had you climbed back up after that combat?
Not gonna lie, I think we just climbed back up.
All right, fair enough. Let's see. Valise, you were in a tent?
I was indeed. I was in other Chad's tent.
Yes, you were in other Chad's tent. I can't remember if I gave other Chad a name, but it was probably also Chad.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't really have the opportunity to tell me his name in between him waking up and all the blood suddenly gushing out of his neck.
I
Yeah,
think
I think it was actually the gushing that woke him, to be honest.
I think his name is probably.
Yeah, that sounds like pretty much what he introduced himself as.
I think Chad said his name was something like, and I mean the guy who was actually named
Echo.
Chad. Yeah, real bad echo. It's
Sorry,
gone
that's
now.
me. Sorry.
But yeah, the actual Chad said something like Marda. I know he said the name. I just don't remember it.
If only Dally
It
would
might have
actually
been
put things up
Mervyn?
on YouTube so we could listen to them again.
No, Mervyn was the little,
Mervyn was
dumb
my
kid
pet
that.
soldier.
Oh, that was Mervyn. All right, I have no idea.
Murdoch.
Murdoch. That sounds like a name I would give to someone who's dead now. Okay. Anyways, you guys can tell by how carefully I've thought through his name that he's definitely like secretly not dead and coming back.
How could you spoil it for us?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just, he seemed so super dead, and I felt like if I didn't drop a hint, you guys would think he was really extremely dead just because he was completely exsanguinated and there were no healers or necromancers nearby. Anyways, what I think we're going to talk about first, though, is the 12 that Desmond rolled on his stealth roll.
Nah.
Yeah.
Roll luck for me, buddy.
Are you
I get a
feeling
plus
lucky?
1 today.
Well, are ya?
Not natural 20.
But still, I think you are feeling pretty lucky.
All right. A man you haven't seen before, but who's clearly part of this group, rushes up as if he's about to go into Chad's tent and says, I saw someone. It's cool, bro. I didn't see anything. I get it. He's got needs. He's a good commander. Anyways,
Thank you for understanding.
I'll see you never. Bye. And he just walks back off on his guard patrol. The DC was exactly 20.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Oh man.
All right, which brings us back to Valise. You are in a tent with a dead guy and that dead guy's stuff, which I believe you've already looted.
It is my natural environment.
Yes, exactly. And I hope you've written it down because I forgot what I gave you.
You gave me $1 million. No, I've written it down.
Excellent.
Don't be silly. It would be a million.
Liars.
No, a million. Yeah, no, you're right. Liars.
I was gonna say, if none of you can remember the name of the currency, I'm taking it away from you.
No.
Anyways, so that goes well. You've got your dead guy, you've got your workbench, and you've got the armored car that the workbench presumably goes to, are in the big giant fancy tent that you're in.
Okay.
Sick new ride.
Okay, Felice at the moment is standing. She's got an eye, like that's okay. That's where the halberd is. That's something she has to grab before she leaves, and she is sort of watching Desmond through a slit in the tent to see how he's doing.
All right. You see the exchange with the guard go down. You are not probably close enough to like hear, since the guard was talking quietly, but you can tell that the guard just like turns around and leaves Desmond unmolested.
Awesome. And can I see if Desmond is well, what is Desmond doing now? Is he heading for the tree line, or?
Yeah, he's gonna head, out of sight so he can safely return to the rest of the party.
Awesome. When I went into the big tent, did I see where there were guards posted around it?
Roll me like a retroactive perception roll.
Cool. I mean, I'm assuming I would have seen at least some of them to, like, avoid getting spotted by them, but yeah. Perception. Is 6.
Yeah, like, unless you just completely fail, you're going to have seen some of them.
Why would you say, unless you completely fail before I roll, Hannah? Why would you do that?
Because it amuses me deeply, and
Now I got a 10, and now I got a 10, Hannah. Hannah, why?
You didn't completely fail, though.
Okay.
There's a guard stationed pretty much right outside, like, not within a few feet of the tent door, but like stationed outside, kind of facing these two big fancy tents. And other than that, you really don't know. You kind of checked him out as you were going in, but you've heard the guards changing around and things, and you can't see them and you can't hear where they changed to.
Okay. Now, this tent, is it in the middle of the camp, or is it to one side?
It's, technically speaking, it is in the middle, but it's on a far side of the like tent city that they've got going. And sort of on the north side of the camp, it's just that flattened area with the big podium and the bonfire and nothing else.
And no one's really at the podium anymore because they've already had their pep rally.
Yeah, they're done with their pep rally.
Sweet. I listen at that end of the tent to hear if there are any guards patrolling there or being.
All right, give me one more perception roll, unless you want to keep the 10.
25 is better.
There it is. All right. You don't hear a ton of movement, maybe one or two sets of footsteps and like a quiet bit of conversation. It sounds like somebody's trying to borrow a cigarette from somebody else.
Okay, so wait, do they sound close?
They're definitely within like hearing range, but their voices are distant as far as hearing range goes. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but
no, that's fine. I'm just trying to gauge something. Oh, sudden thought. Any paper and pen in dead person's tent?
Almost definitely, yeah.
Sure. Felice would like to take pen and paper, and she would like to write on it, "A worse fate belies anyone who tries this again." And she is going to just find a small... Yeah, she's just going to take the pen, actually, and basically use it as a pin to tack the note to the dead guy's chest.
Write it in his blood.
Arts and crafts. You jam it in there and he oozes a little. What next?
Cool. Now I'm going to take the halberd and cut a new door out of whichever side of the tent is closest to the podium.
All right. Are you trying to do this like sneakily, or are you just going for it? I will remind you that the tent has light in it, and the outside mostly does not.
Oh, well, can I put out the light in the tent?
Sure, if you want to.
Although they'll probably notice that as well, won't they?
They will definitely roll for it.
I really shouldn't, but I still want to do the thing.
Like, I mean, it's not like Shadow Puppet Theater level. Like, no one can tell what's going on in there, per se. But, like...
no, I really want to use the car, but I really shouldn't. I shouldn't make it more complicated than I have to. No, I'm just going to...
Get the car!
That's not helping.
What,
It's
the
not supposed to
literal
help.
demon on your shoulder?
My god, Bucky.
I'm literally a desire demon.
Can I... No, because it's a mechanics check. I have low mechanics. If I flub it, it might just draw more attention to me. No, I'm going to play it safe. I'm using the halberd because it's a strong piece of metal, and I'm going to quietly open a slit. Unless, like, it's the kind of tent where there's already a slit I can slide out of.
I mean, there's the door.
Yeah,
but there's a bonus slit.
Yeah, but I want to go out. Well, is the door facing the podium?
Yes.
Oh, in that case, yeah, I'll just go out that way.
I will remind you that the one guard you know of is facing the door.
I will go out the side and then come around. I will cut an opening in the side and go out that way, so I'm not going out the door.
Okay. Roll me stealth.
Stealth is farther down. Stealth is 8. This does not count as sleight of hand, does it? It's just trying to do something quietly.
Nope, you're just... I feel like sleight of hand generally only takes one hand, you know?
That's fair. Oh no.
Oh no.
Is that by any chance their opposing roll, that 9?
It sure is.
Oh wow,
Heck
okay,
yeah.
so my 12 is not as bad as I thought it was.
It's
above
exactly as bad
average.
as you thought it was. Again, Allie, PCs are normally about 15 in this system.
Yeah, because everyone's base stats, like, even the lowest are like 5.
Let me dream.
I'm sorry, Hannah, what were you saying about whether or not I did horribly?
I was saying it was still horrible, but I don't know. This guy's really, like, he's still got his snack cake from dessert, and he's just really feeling it right now.
Awesome. I am going to step out of the tent with the halberd, and I am going to have to be incredibly sneaky, but hopefully if I'm going via the... Yeah, is it a straight shot back into the woods from here if I go through Podium City, or...?
Yes. There's a bonfire on one side that is lit, and there is the podium kind of on the other side, and there's lots of flat open area in between the two.
Which is not great for, like, hiding, but I'm gonna make a dash for the podium. I can use that as cover once I get there.
Alright. Roll me, I guess, still stealth?
Yep, trying to be quick and quiet. Oh no. Why?
Oh boy.
Oof.
Is that a nat 1?
Incredible.
So the dice
Sally, you're
gods
lucky
are
that
not
was-
favouring me right now, but they're favouring you even less.
Okay, I am making more rolls, but
Fair.
I'm losing my fucking mind. Everybody else is rolling, like, with a penalty because they're further away.
Yeah.
My god. He just loves this snack cake so much. Uh-oh.
I think I might have been spotted then.
Only by 1.
She might not have finished rolling.
We don't know that.
Dear God.
Okay, so one of them has seen me.
You hear, "Hey, Fred, I think I saw something." And you hear footsteps coming in your direction. You are now presumably behind the podium.
Yes.
All right.
I'm hiding behind the podium, yes please. Potentially, can I hide under the podium? Don't know what
Yeah.
kind of podium it is.
Yeah, sure. If you're trying to, like, really, really hide as opposed to just, like, staying still and quiet, roll me infiltration.
Oh, no, wait, I might have a better idea. How much cover does the podium provide if I were to just hide the halberd under it?
Yeah, it's big enough for that. Like, I'm saying podium, but it's more of like a stage platform thingy. You can definitely just stuff the halberd under it.
Yes, I am going to do that. Would I need to roll to hide the halberd, or will that just be...
No, you can just chuck it under there.
I hide the halberd.
All right. We're gonna freeze in time for a sec.
Cool.
Then, Alistair, you have successfully evaded one capture. Which direction are you headed? Are you headed out through the tent city, or are you kind of busting it the same way as Valise?
Busting it.
All right, roll me another stealth check.
Nat 20!
All right, I'm still gonna
Heck yeah.
but you're doing pretty well. Yep, no nat 20s there. All right. Desmond, you melt invisibly into the shadows, which is weird because you're walking on like a flat surface near a roaring fire, but it happens.
He can pull it off.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah. The one guard that's like standing outside both of the fancy tents that already ran into you kind of gives you a nod and then looks determinedly in the other direction, still enjoying his snack cake. And everybody else just doesn't see you. Okay, Ray, you are in the observation tower with Neural, who will follow your lead, which is a weird thing for me to say about Neural, but until Andrea gets here, Neural's gonna be just sort of, quiet. Neuraling.
Probably like hunting bugs.
Yeah. So anyways, Neural and Meat Dog will be following your lead. And you see it, and you hear, "Hey Fred, I think I saw something," and see a glowing point of light that seems to be someone's lit cigarette walk towards the podium.
Okay, and is this anywhere near me?
Close enough that you could book it over there, but not within like throwing something at them distance.
Okay. And like they're walking right towards Valise and like I can see that?
Roll perception.
Found in my perception bonus. I got a 24.
Excellent. You have no clue where Desmond is, but you know the positions of most of the other guards, and you can definitely see Valise kind of tucked behind this podium stage thingy, and the guard walking towards her.
All right. I'm gonna mimic a bird call.
You're going to mimic a...
Yes. And by mimic, I mean fail it horribly. Like fucking Gollum yelling, "Caw-caw!"
Oh, okay. I thought this was going to be like a real bird call. All right. Yeah, you know what? You don't have to roll anything to fail. You can just...
Yes, I take a failure at mimicking a bird call really loud. But first I tell Earl that I'm about to do it, and I'm gonna go like down below the tower and like make sure that my eyes are glowing.
All right. Yeah, that works for me because to be honest, if you had wanted to be successful, I would have made you roll probably herbalism because that's the closest thing we have to a nature check. So, yeah.
Fair.
You can fail at this bird call, and you're failing pretty loudly, right?
As loudly as I can.
Okay. Valise and Desmond, you both hear this. Is there anything you would like to do before I roll guard reactions?
Besides face palming, no.
Besides peeping up over the edge so she can see what's gonna happen?
I'm an excellent distraction.
I love her.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to have the guards roll intelligence saves to see if they figure this out.
No, guys, you should split up and search for clues. Definitely.
Definitely split up and search for clues.
I mean,
There
we're
is a
fans of
Fred.
Scooby-Doo.
There is a Fred.
Just saying. then Fred will be thrilled if Fred comes near me because it's a trap.
I feel like there should be like a bunch of air horns after you say that, like bow bow.
Smart.
Such a wide array of different.
Oh, okay,
skill
that one's
sets.
smart.
There's a couple of high ones in there.
Yeah, they just keep getting smarter. I'm not about that.
She's having so many people roll.
3 of the guards go, huh? What was that? That wasn't a bird. I'm not stupid. In unison. Like, they all say that at the exact same time. It's
Good.
a coincidence.
Good.
And they all start walking towards you. I guess since Allie did it, Allie, roll luck.
Will do. Not terrible.
All right. The 3 guards include the one that was walking towards Valise.
Yes.
Congratulations. You have distracted them. However,
Good.
there are 3 guards walking towards you, and 2 guards kind of looking around very nervously and alertly for what the hell is going on.
Is it too late to throw a bunch of like moss and twigs on myself while I'm waiting for them to get over here?
It's never too late, but they will probably see the movement. And also, you said you wanted your eyes to be glowing, which, like, I'm not normally taking into account with stealth rolls, but you did specify it.
Yes. I still want to be visible. I just want to be covered in moss and twigs. Anyway, do I have time to do that real quick before they come see me?
You do. My question was if you're trying to make a disguise or if you're just, like, fucking around in the leaves for some reason.
Not like... I mean, I guess kind of a disguise.
Angry nature.
I just want to be covered in moss and twigs.
All right.
So, yes?
Just roll infiltration, I guess. Unless
Sick.
you'd rather herbalism. I'll let you roll herbalism.
I'll take infiltration.
No one appreciated my moss herbalism joke.
It was a good joke, but I got a 26.
All right, you are so dirty. You are a dirty, dirty rock.
I want to look kind of like a giant forest creature made of twigs and leaves and moss kind of thing. Like, you know the kind of look I'm going for? And then like the red glowing eyes.
Your eyes are red?
Oh, I don't actually know what color my eyes are. Would they be blue? I don't know.
Normally they are, but I'll let you pick, but you've got to stick with your choice.
Right. I'm gonna go with blue for now, and I've got an idea for later. But yes, blue. They're blue.
Okay, we'll talk about magical eye color changes later. Anyways, all right. Yes, you're very spoopy.
I'm ready.
All right. I don't even know what to have them roll for this. Insight, I guess.
Yeah, that was close.
All right. They, I guess, believe that you're a spooky forest creature.
Do I get to say something?
Sure.
You mortals who have disturbed the forest, ready yourselves for judgment. And like my eyes glow even brighter, and I like kind of like make myself look bigger, and you know.
All right. Using those rolls that I've already done, one of them just like pees his pants right there and runs away screaming.
Good. Also, I want to add that my lightning fists are crackling with electricity right now.
Okay, I feel like that's a thing you should have mentioned prior to attempting to intimidate them, but that's just a note for next time. I'll give it to you.
Right, sorry.
And the other 2 do indeed ready themselves. They draw their weapons. Roll for an...
Sick. I got a 5.
I got a 6 and a 20.
That's all right.
All right. Oh, shit. You know what? Neural's still distracted, because I already made up some stats that work better if there's only one of you.
Fair.
All right. So,
Neural found a really suspicious bug up in the watchtower.
yeah, Neural will be with you in a moment, / if heavier combat comes.
Right.
All right. The first guy out the gate draws 2 daggers and attempts to just jump up and plunge them into your like shoulder area.
Right. That hits my physical armor class.
Okay. Take 7 damage.
7 damage? Okay.
Well, actually, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Take 7 plus 4 damage, 11. My brain isn't working.
Why?
Because he has 2 daggers.
Fair enough.
I didn't add his strength bonus to both of them. Chill.
Fair. Alright, hit me.
All right. The next guy comes, and he's got a battle axe. He's gonna just try and chop you down like the tree you're pretending to be.
I look forward to picking my teeth with that battle axe. That definitely hits me.
All right. Take 18 damage.
Huh.
And
I
it
think
is-
that Neural needs to get undistracted very soon.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too, actually. All right.
Okay,
He's not level 1. He has non-starting equipment.
about to be our starting equipment. Alright, I turn to Battle Axe Man and I roar. What do I roar?
I don't know, but you have 5 seconds to think of it before I skip you this round.
Oh fuck. Okay, I say, how dare you strike the spirit of the forest? And I like my lightning fists lightning up a lot more, and then I like punch him in the face. Let me roll accuracy. Does that hit?
That hits him.
Oh, thank God. Holy shit, do I have a plus 10 to damage?
Yep.
Fuck yeah. I do 13 damage.
You rolled 2d5, but I'm gonna let it go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can reroll.
No, you actually did really badly on the damage rolls, and he's dead either way.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the second one and just roar in his face. My eyes like super blue, my lightning fist super lightningy.
All right, roll a very loose interpretation of the speech.
Can I instead perhaps roll survival or streetwise?
No, you can roll speech.
Great. What about infiltration?
What are you?
Wait,
yelling
no,
about
never mind. I have a
speech?
+5 to intimidate. Never mind, don't worry.
Thank you.
10. Below average.
All right, he's gonna roll willpower.
Okay.
I think this is the longest combat we've ever had.
Oh, thank God.
He runs away screaming and crying and going, guys, they killed Fred! The forest monster killed Fred!
All right, I look up and I call Neural down and be like, we gotta book it.
All right, Neural and
Six stealth.
down. It is once again a mystery how Meat Dog is climbing the ladder, but it happens.
Good.
Meat Dog is a very good and smart boy.
Meat Dog is surprisingly
there was a ladder in Neural's opening session, and I think he got Meat Dog up with a harness.
That's true, but Meat Dog is now doing it on his own because I just forgot about the harness.
Because he is a very good and smart boy.
Meat Dog leveled
learned
up
a new
too.
trick.
He put all his points into climbing things dogs shouldn't be able to climb.
My favorite skill tree.
Max's favorite skill tree too.
True. All right, so Neural and I and Meat Dog are gonna kind of book it in the direction where like Valise and Desmond seem like they're heading. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Although I guess I can't see Desmond because Desmond has melded into the non-existent shadows.
Yeah, Desmond is completely invisible. I mean, like, not literally, but figuratively.
Right, and before I go, I want to take the battle axe. I want to take the guy's battle axe and loot his body.
Okay. If you're booking it, I'm gonna say all you grab are their weapons.
Fair.
Well, not their weapons, because the other guy ran. But yeah, you can take the battle axe.
Sick. Got a sweet new battle axe. Let's go.
Okay. I will remind you that you do not have proficiency in battle axes. But anyways, yeah, book it.
It's still nice to
Alright.
have.
Are you trying to run quietly or are you trying to run fast?
I feel like the running will be useless if we run. Although I guess if we run fast enough. Yeah, let's run fast.
All right, I'm giving Neural an automatic pass at whatever level you pass at based on Neural's absurd athletic score,
Fair.
and the fact that I don't want to roll for Neural. And yeah, roll me athletics.
Did that do it?
You know what? I think you did.
Did
You may have done it.
Did we just teleport across the forest with that 41?
Yeah, so with a 41, you were actually already in the woods on the other side. Very distantly behind you, you hear someone go like, "Hey, did a herd of Druffalo come through the camp? That was really loud. There was a lot of like thundering feet. Did I miss roll call? What's up?" But like it's so far away that you can barely hear it. It's super distant.
Good.
You're actually like deep into the woods already. No one can reasonably catch up with you ever.
Good.
What the fuck? Okay. So, Desmond, you've been watching this go on. Do you have any reaction or are you just trucking on out to the woods?
Besides, face palming or like, just being like, what the fuck? No real reaction. He just keeps trucking on.
All right, Valise, you have been saved. You are still kind of squished behind the podium, but there are only 2 guards left.
Are they liable to spot me?
They are looking around, actively searching for an intruder. However, they are mostly looking at the giant hole that Ray left in the underbrush. So I'm going to give them a little bit of a penalty.
Can I tell if they're looking in my direction currently?
No, they're both looking at the woods.
Cool. I'm gonna get the halberd back out and make a stealthy dash for the woods.
All right, roll me stealth. I'm assuming you're not aiming for like the exact same place.
Not that yeah. Slightly off to the side from where they are, yes. 8. 25.
Yes.
All right, that'll do it. You have all successfully entered the woods outside of this camp.
We did it!
They are dark, they are a little bit spoopy, but they are empty of raiders.
Okay, my glowing blue eyes will light the way.
They will not.
My glowing blue eyes will lurk behind a bush and scare the crap out of you.
That's probably true. Yeah, if you guys want to go anywhere, I need you to either create a light source or roll survival to like get there without a light source.
Right, I have 2 questions real quick. 1, have we all met back up together?
I'm going to say yes unless you have other plans.
Okay, so first order of business is Valise holds out her fist for a fist bump to Ray.
Fuck yeah, I fist bump.
That was a close one. Thanks for the way out.
Happy to help.
And she just wiggles her eyebrows at Desmond. Get you. She just kind of punches him in the shoulder. You did good.
Thank you. I assume you did too.
She looks at the halberd that she's holding in her hand. Yeah. I mean, I only got 1 thing and you got 2, but
I was just about to say.
I'll just have to even the score later. And Hannah, what time of day is it? You said it was dark?
Yeah, it's outside of like the camp's fires and stuff. It is real dark.
I can roll survival.
Yeah, as I say, you guys can roll survival, create a light, or wait till morning.
I'm okay with Ray rolling survival.
All right, Ray, roll survival for
Yeah.
the party.
27.
That'll do it. You feel around for some moss and shit, and you kind of guide the party out. You're pretty used to dark tunnels from your time in and around the deep roads, so
Yeah.
you got this.
Heck yeah.
Okay. You guys make it back to the road. Are you headed straight back to the elves' village, or?
I think so.
I think Desmond needs to be disguised first.
Yeah,
Oh, good call.
you gotta re-disguise Desmond.
Felice takes off the wig,
Alright.
puts it back on Desmond.
I want to keep my forest spirit disguise on for a little bit.
All right, you do that. Valise, roll me infiltration. Desmond, roll me also infiltration for, nipple chains.
24 from me, 22 from Desmond.
All right.
Nice.
Desmond, you look super elfy and not at all like you have nipple chains.
One day he will roll a nat 1.
One day.
he will. And I'm ready.
I'm not.
I feel in the interest of fairness, you should know that there is a square on the bee wiggler for automatic nipple chain failure.
Oh boy.
Good.
Like, it's one of many consequences, but it is on there. Anyways, you guys head back down the road you came, and I need everyone to roll perception.
Will do.
Nat 1.
You see nipple chains on everything else.
Yes.
I got a nat
I got
20.
28.
I got a nat 20.
All right. Desmond, your human/fake elf form, it's not quite as glorious as your desire demon form. And sometimes you kind of miss the nipple chains. This is what you're thinking as you wander down the road.
Honestly, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's technically like invading your character a little bit, but
But it's accurate.
All right, Ray.
Yeah.
You see a ways down the road. There's something in the road, and to make matters worse, you also hear this kind of low rumbling.
Oh dear.
Valise,
Yo.
when you look down the road, what your elf eyes see,
Yes.
almost certainly some sort of explosive. And you hear something behind you that sounds a lot like an engine. And it's getting louder.
So hang on.
Quick question, side note. How does healing work in this game? Do I recover it after battle somehow?
Nope.
Cool.
Cover no healing points whatsoever in this game unless you are explicitly healed by a mage or drink a healing potion.
Cool. Sorry, no interrupt you, Dolly.
So you said up ahead. Up ahead is an explosion?
Not an explosion. You see like a mine.
Okay, I see an explosive up ahead, and I hear an engine behind us.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to continue the Lord of the Rings references, throw my arms up to stop everyone, and say, "Get off the road!" And I am in fact going to physically grab Nerl and Desmond and kind of haul them off to one side into the woods.
All right. You are pretty close to that explosive, and you have seconds, just for the record.
Desmond is, by the way, gonna transform into a squirrel.
I'm going to crouch down and transform into a mossy boulder with some twigs on it.
Just like you're doing that in the middle of the fucking road, or you're actually listening to police? I want to be clear here.
Oh, I'm listening to Valise.
Okay, so you're like a mossy boulder on the side of the road.
Yeah. Where boulders belong.
All right. So is Valise just trying to get literally anywhere off the road, or is she
I mean,
seeking?
away from the explosive if possible.
Fair enough.
Valise is kind of thinking that if there's one, there could be more, so just kind of instead of going forward, go to the side.
Yeah, fair. Just as you guys dive off to the side, thanks to Valise's warning, the armored car comes roaring up behind you with 6 or 7 screaming dudes on it. A lot of them are leaning out the windows and over the top. They've got guns, they've got swords. They are ready for a fight. and their driver, ouch, their driver does not see the mine and drives right into it. There is a huge explosion with like this massive rocking shockwave, and I'm gonna need everybody to roll me a Constitution save.
Oh dear.
Why are you saying, "Oh dear"? You probably have the highest Constitution save.
Do you mean
Do we have?
endurance?
Oh, we do have Constitution.
Oh, is Constitution different from endurance?
It's in saves and combat modifiers at the very bottom.
The bottom.
It's at the top, Allie.
Not on my sheet.
What happened to your sheet?
Oh, there's con.
I don't know.
Maybe the font is bigger or so. Anyway, okay, my con's.
Oh, it's at the bottom of the table, and the table is at the top of the screen.
Yes.
Okay, now I understand.
Oh no, Valise is. Oh dear,
Oh dear.
I got 6.
Can I roll reflex save to block to like? Well, I don't know how close I am to Valise.
I'm gonna say no. You curled up into a rock, and you would have no way of knowing that Valise is not in cover.
Fair. Sorry, Valise.
That's all right.
Although, to be fair, if I tried to protect you, I think I would have died. I just remembered I have 6 health.
Oh god, right.
Neural's fine.
Feels good.
Did anyone else besides me fail? It looks like everyone else got at least an 18.
Yeah, you were the only one who failed, which is rough, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So the last thing you remember is this tremendous rocking blast, and you're going to be dazed for like 3 rounds.
Fair.
Like you're not unconscious, you're just like you got your head smacked into the tree you were hiding behind, and it's bad and confusing, and your thoughts have been replaced with sparkly lights.
Cool, so does that just mean I'm out of action for 3 rounds?
Yeah, for
That's-
3 rounds.
That's cool. I'm gonna eat a sandwich.
Yeah.
Out of
I'm gonna
character, I mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can talk
Okay,
like, but past that, not much.
duly noted.
All right, everybody else, Valise got you to cover in time, and you're not harmed by the blast. Although it does look like Valise has been concussed a little. Okay, so the car, when it hit the mine, it flips end over end, and it just explodes. And 6 of the 7 guys who were in it are crushed. Like you can't tell if they're necessarily dead, but they sure weren't wearing seatbelts when this happened.
Oof.
And they are not looking good. None of them are moving. The last one got thrown clear of the blast, and he sits up. He's got a Gatling gun, and he just starts firing into the woods. I'm gonna need everybody to roll luck.
Okay, cool.
Ignore that, I forgot the D.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So instead of a natural 20, it's a natural 19.
Nice.
All right. Ray, take 2 damage.
Okay. That is the amount of damage I can take without dying. Thank you.
Yeah, it's funny how that works out. Also, it's like a machine gun, so, like...
Fair.
It's,
I lost a couple of rock chips.
Yeah. Anywho, this guy stands up and he just starts screaming. He's firing wildly into the woods. Ray, a shot pings off you. Everybody else was able to kind of hit the deck in time. And just as he starts walking forwards, an arrow shoots out of the woods. And it sticks him right through the throat. And he just dies. The machine gun gives out like one final spurt of bullets into the sky and then goes silent. And out of the woods, you see 6 or 7 figures. New figures, not the dead guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to make them the exact same number of people, but I did. Come out and they start searching all the bodies. They're not paying you or their surroundings any attention. They're just methodically rifling through these guys' clothes. What do you do?
Felice, since she can talk but not really do anything else, is going to kind of cling to the tree trunk she's next to and hiss, "What happened? Who's out there?" to the rest of the group.
Yeah, this counts as like round 2 for you.
Cool, thanks.
A damn good shot.
Are any of them alive?
I'm sorry, I missed the part where I would know if any of them were alive. Are any of them alive?
They're definitely not moving. It's possible that they were knocked unconscious and broke several bones, but they're either dead or grievously wounded.
Got you. I'll look to police and I say, doing worse than us. I don't think there'll be trouble anytime soon.
Hannah, is Felice Compass Mentis enough to have registered that there are other people who approached, or is she still too out of it?
I'm gonna say you heard footsteps. These people aren't being stealthy, so like you've probably figured out that there are other people around.
Okay, and what about the new ones? Who are they?
Do we know what race they are?
They're all wearing dark clothing, and their faces are obscured.
Right. Well, they seem to be
Like
ninjas.
you could roll perception and try to get. I'm sorry, I talked over that.
They seem they seem to be ninjas.
Felice just kind of manages her best deadpan expression towards Ray that she can manage while still vaguely concussed.
Valise, I would normally just give this one to you, but since you're concussed, I'm making you roll for it. Roll me history.
Okay. 27.
Nice. All right. You hear a female voice hiss, "It's not there," in Elvish. Sorry, Elven.
She freezes, beckons the others closer.
There's a squirrel on your shoulder.
Elves, they're looking for something. But I can't tell if it's the elves from the village or not.
We could ask.
They're looking for it, but if they were looking for the ironbark stuff, that's more than one thing.
Right.
Desmond, you're tiny right now. Can you get a closer look at what's happening?
Quick retcon, because I realized I may have misled you. What she actually said was, "It's not there. None of them are."
Oh, I'm going to retcon what Valise said. I think they were looking for the ironbark things, but I don't know if they're the elves from the village or not. Desmond, you're tiny right now. Could you go and take a closer look, see who they are?
The squirrel nods and hops off your shoulder.
I have not given you like a squirrel stat set yet, so for the time being, let's just say you get advantage on all stealth rolls.
All right.
Oh, and athletics if you want to like climb a tree or something. So are you gonna? I'm sorry, I'm like hiccuping. Sneak up and like take a look.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you on the ground or are you climbing a tree?
Well, a squirrel, if he is caught, would look a little less conspicuous in a tree than it would on the ground. So, I mean, like, they do hang out on the ground and everything, but anyway, point being, he's hanging out in a tree.
All right, roll athletics then.
I believe.
All right. You get 2 rolls if you want to try and make that, like, better, but I mean, it's a solid roll as is.
Yeah, it's solid enough.
All right. You do not speak Elvish unless you have some stuff you want to tell me about your character. But you can
I can't think of any reason he would, so...
But you can see these people are very methodically, like, they've laid out all of these dudes / corpses who are rapidly becoming, like, more definitely corpses by the second. And they're opening up all their clothes. They're looking everywhere. You can see that they haven't really like messed around with the pants, but they've checked all their weapons and kind of thrown them in a pile to the side, and they've opened up all the shirts. And you can hear them speaking, and you recognize one of the voices as Mahannon's.
All right.
He seems to be directing some of the others. So what do you do?
Desmond retreats back to the party and, trying as best as he can to keep a low profile and stay hiding, he transforms back to his human form.
Did you find out who they are? Are they from the village?
That one is Mahannon.
Okay, that's relief. But I wonder why they were looking for the ironbark stuff. I mean, Mahannon knew that we were going after it.
And, like, Why are they wearing like all dark clothing and like hiding their faces? Like, it's not like the human marauders wouldn't try and attack them anyway.
I mean, it seemed like they were setting up an ambush for them. Here, she hands the halberd over to Ray. You three, sorry, four, she says, pointing to Meat Dog. Could you stay here and stay quiet? I don't want them to know yet that we have the ironbark until I know what's going on over there.
Right. What's your story?
Alright.
I'm going to go and find out what they're doing out here. Is that alright with the rest of you?
Yes. Do you have a reasonable reason why you would be out here as well, rather than at the Marauder Village?
We got separated. I came back to get help.
Got you.
Okay, and Felice, who, thank you for letting me know, Hannah is no longer stunned. So she's going to get up and she's going to stealth away from the rest of the party. And once she is confident that she's far enough away that she's not going to draw attention to them, she's going to come out into the open and onto the road.
All right. The female voice that you first heard earlier says freeze, and there is a bow pointed in your direction.
In Elvish, she says, "It's me, I was sent by Darthara."
The shape that you recognize as being kind of like the same vaguely tall and muscular form as Mahanan walks up to the woman and puts a hand on her bow arm, and he says, "It's all right, I know her." Until further notice, assume everything's in Elvish.
Yep, ditto. What's going on here? You didn't tell me there was going to be mines. I would have looked out for them.
Well, there weren't mines when you left.
But you knew we were coming back. Were you trying to get us killed as well?
I would never want to kill you.
Insight.
Exact words.
Collateral damage.
Can I roll insight, Hannah?
Sure, if you want to.
20. I'm rolling a lot of 19s at the moment.
Keep it up, man.
Good for you, dude. He is telling the exact, very particular truth.
So she replies, "But you're willing for it to happen if it justifies the ends."
I don't enjoy killing one of the people, but this is our best chance.
Your best chance for what exactly?
If we can't arm ourselves, we can't defend ourselves from the Shemlin. And Dirthara, she never understood that. She never understood that she was crippling us. We needed to fight back.
Felice is going to slip into human tongue, and she's going to disguise it as sort of crying out in outrage, but what she is making sure to do is raise her voice so that it can be heard from off the road.
Right.
And she's saying, "So what, you were going to take the ironbark for yourself and go against Darthara's wishes?"
It's not something I relish, but it's something that she'll thank me for when everything's over.
The reason, and she's going to keep speaking in human, but she's not trying to shout it anymore, but, you know, still quite heated. The reason that the Shemlin got their hands on the ironbark is because it existed. You keep it, it's just going to be them coming to take it back from you again.
They killed my mother. Do you have any idea what it's like to have the person you love most in the world taken from you?
3 times over, actually.
And you understand why I must seek vengeance?
No. I understand why you want vengeance. But how many more people are going to have to lose their mothers and fathers and siblings before it stops?
As many as it takes, Lethelin. And he takes his arm off of the woman's bow arm, and she fires. It's point blank range, so roll dexterity to jump out of the way in time.
Okay.
The DC is pretty high.
Dex. Do you mean agility?
Yeah, that one, sorry.
Is it a reflex save or a?
Yes, I'm sorry. I realize I built the system, but sometimes I fuck up.
No, that's
my
fine.
face.
So sorry, am I rolling agility or reflex?
It is a reflex save.
Actually, they're exactly the same thing. Okay, cool. Unnatural 20.
You keep it from any vital organs, but it clips you in the shoulder. Take 11 damage.
Okay.
And your shoulder hurts pretty fucking bad. Like, I'm gonna guess based on your backstory that Valise has probably been shot with things before.
Oh yeah.
This hurts worse than normal. There's something extremely painful about this arrow.
She's going to assume poison, and she's going to run.
All right. Mahanan says, and we'll say it's in common to give everybody a fair chance. Spread out. They might be hiding in the woods. And everyone is going to obey his orders.
Desmond's a squirrel again.
I am definitely a builder.
Alistair, are you keeping track of your mana?
Oh, right.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just asking you how much you've got.
Oh, I don't really have much crap.
All right. Allie, did you say Ray was being a boulder?
Yes.
All right. In deference to playing to Neural's strengths, Neural is going to see Valise book it, and Neural's going to decide that we're running now and run too.
Oh, wait, no, I missed that Valise booked it. Let's book it.
Oh, yeah, Valise fucking ran. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
All
same. Not squirrels
right.
running.
Everybody roll me athletics.
Not as impressive, but still pretty good. Can I pick up the squirrel as I run?
I'm not a squirrel.
Desmond is not a squirrel. He started shrinking a little bit and then just kind of went and changed back to human.
Got you. Can I pick up Desmond as I run?
Is Desmond willing?
I mean, he'll be a bit startled at first, but then when he realizes, okay, yeah, fair, he won't struggle.
I want to hold him
All
under
right.
my arm like a football.
All right, roll a strength check for me.
Fuck yeah. Best
You know what?
football ever.
You scoop him up like a football, and it's so inspirational to you thinking about scoring a touchdown that you actually run faster with Desmond under
Yes.
you did when you were only carrying your own not insignificant weight.
Yes.
All right. You guys lose them pretty quickly in the woods, and you make it back to the village otherwise unscathed.
Sick.
As you run in, you notice that there is nobody on watch tonight, and that seems maybe a little bit unsafe to you.
Not about that. Can I make a roll perception roll?
Yeah, if you want to.
I wanna.
I would like to double check. Ray is still holding the halberd, yes?
Yes. I've got the halberd in one hand and football Desmond under my other arm.
Cool. Wait,
And I
what?
think football Desmond has the others.
Yes. So basically, Ray is carrying all the ironbark stuff.
Yes.
In a sense.
Hey!
Hey!
Hello, Andrea.
Welcome.
So how much have I
You're all running
missed?
for your lives.
You will not believe the shit you have missed.
We're on the run. I look like I've got moss on me and twigs and leaves, and we're running through the forest. Actually, we just got to the village.
Valise has decided she doesn't want to flirt with Mahanan anymore.
Good idea. Yeah, I had this planned before you started flirting with him, and then you started flirting with him, and I was like, now it's even more hurtful. If you guys will fill her in, I actually need to get a drink because my face is dry.
Kai.
Yeah.
While Hannah goes to rehydrate, Ali fills in Andrea on what she missed while she was away, and while Nerl was presumably smashing bugs.
And we are here now, and there are no sentries on post.
That's concerning.
It's a little bit concerning. Did I miss anything?
Oh, I got shot.
Oh yeah, Valise got shot, but she's alive.
Valise has had kind of an unlucky night. Despite generally rolling pretty well.
I'm still alive, I'll take it.
Okay. Did someone roll perception about the sentries or something?
I believe Ray
That was
did.
me. I got a 24.
Am I allowed to?
If you want. Ray, what you notice is that there are no sentries on duty. Nothing else seems super amiss. Like,
Okay.
nothing bad has happened as a consequence of this thus far as you can tell. Like, there's smoke coming up from people's chimneys. Neural, you were tracking a bug and you lost it.
Neural is upset. Neural is not entirely aware of everything that is going on.
Maybe we should go speak to,
Valise is booking it straight to Dirthar's house.
Yes, I'm following.
She's pulled the arrow out, but she's kept a hold of it.
I've
Yeah,
still got
I know.
Desmond under my arm like a football, unless he, objects.
Pardon me,
Yes?
is this really necessary anymore?
You make me go faster.
Fine.
I feel like this is going
Yes.
to end in you guys tossing the mage like a javelin at the next combat.
It wasn't before, but it will now.
Yeah, I realized as soon as I said that I shouldn't have said that if I didn't want it to come true. Anyways, you
Like
make,
Iron Bull holding Sarah up on his shoulders.
Good.
yeah. Anyways, you make it to Dirthara's hut. Since there are no guards posted, there's no one to really stop the group of crazy people rushing in.
Right.
Just busting in the door, or are you like knocking?
I feel like we should knock. That's polite.
Valise knocks rather urgently on the door, like she's pounding on it with her fist. Dirthara,
I'm coming.
more urgency.
I've lived for. I forgot.
Mahanan betrayed you.
That sounds about right. Did he kill anyone?
Thankfully, only humans so far.
Oh, fair. And she has made it to the door
No offense, Desmond.
and kind of peeks out to make sure it's you, and then unlatches it and ushers you all in.
What are you talking about, Valise? Desmond is a elf. The most human elf. I mean, elf.
Yeah, Dirthara figured it out, like, instantly. That
The elfiest elf.
She barges through pretty unceremoniously and finds a chair to slump down in. She is holding her shoulder and just seething in pain.
Oh dear.
Oh, also, I got poisoned.
Do you happen to have
Or would that be toxined? Venomed?
envenomed?
Venomed?
Yeah, while you were running, I'm gonna hang on.
There was an ambush, wasn't there?
No, I mean not here. Just while you were running, you took another 2d6 damage.
Oh, of course I did. Okay.
So 10 more points. You are not looking good, I don't.
What? That's me under. Am I dead now?
Oh. No. You don't die when you hit 0. That would be insane.
Okay, because I'm at -1 now.
Desmond is gonna ask if she has any mana or lyrium.
What happens when you hit 0?
You're gonna have to start rolling some death saves, but since there's literally a healer standing right next to you who just needs a lyrium potion, you should be fine. Especially since I think you have one in your bag.
I do. Valise is. I mean, am I still conscious at -1?
No. You kind of like sat down in the chair and the adrenaline left you and you just slumped over.
Okay, I'm unconscious. Have fun with that, guys.
Yeah, Dirthara says, "Oh shit," and she's going to kind of prop you up in the chair and hand Desmond a lyrium potion.
Desmond drinks up.
All right. Your mana is replenished, and I'm going to make you roll an addiction roll in a sec once the scene is done.
Neural is poking Valise.
It's not helping.
Neural is just confused, which is why he's poking her.
I heal 3 damage.
Is that all you heal right now?
Right now, yeah.
I've got to fix the healing. It should be plus your spellcasting modifier, I think.
Right, thank you.
If it doesn't say that before, it should now. That one may have been my bad.
Where do I find the spellcasting modifier?
It should just be your damage modifier. Except, you're undamaging.
So that's a 3 plus 10, so 13.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, and you don't like go below 0 in this system, Dally. It's just like you hit 0 and you start making death saves.
Oh, so that means I have 13 HP now.
Yeah.
You totally ripped off Darkest Dungeon, didn't you?
Actually, that's almost exactly how it works in 5e, but yes. To be honest,
Except in 5e, if
works
you
in
go,
5e.
you lose all your hit points. Like if you go negative your hit points, you auto die. At least
Oh, that's true.
FYI, Hannah, healing doesn't have a mana cost listed, so I took Delirium Potion because principle, but healing doesn't have a mana cost listed.
Yeah, that's wrong. You don't get to just spam heals. Sorry.
In fact, nothing in creation or there's a lot of things missing a mana cost.
I completely believe that. Because that's one of those things that I was like, oh, I'll go back and do that later once I have more of a sense of like how much mana things should cost. And
Hashtag mood.
anyways, yeah. 5. It costs 5 mana for right now. And I'll go back and probably redo the whole healing system later. Anywho, for the meantime, everyone's conscious, some of you barely. And Dirthara hands you Valise a cup of some swamp tea, and it somehow smells even worse than the first few cups of swamp tea, and she says, "Drink this."
She looks at the tea, looks at Dirthara. I'm assuming this will help and it isn't just, for shits and giggles.
Oh no, it'll help. I wouldn't drink it if it didn't.
She nods and starts drinking it.
You are no longer poisoned.
Is Villy still in pain, or has the potion and tea taken care of that?
No, as you drink the tea, like, you're still in some pain because you got shot in the shoulder.
Yeah.
But like the really unnatural searing pain fades away, and even like the pain from the wound numbs a little bit.
She drains the cup and then lets out a deep sigh. Oh, that's good shit. Thank you.
No, it's not. It tastes like
It does its
ass.
job. Thank you. Appreciate it.
It tastes like ass.
I was gonna say something more interesting, but I didn't get there in time.
Damn. I want to know what it would have been.
We have the ironbark weapons.
I put Desmond down.
I
Unless I had already put you down earlier. I couldn't remember. I just realized I thought I was still holding you.
I think he would have been put down so he could heal me.
I think he would have been put down to heal her.
Fair.
I don't know. I kind of like the image of you like doing all of this sideways. Like, I realize that's not what actually happened, but it's just funny thinking about it.
Oh, it is.
Daryl has started peeling the moss off a rock person.
Meat Dog is helping.
Listen, Dirthar, we have at least 2 potential problems. Firstly, the humans are really angry. They tried to come after us/you in their armored car. That backfired on them, literally, but they might send more. And Mahanan and his followers were looking for us and looking for the ironbark.
Well, if they no longer have a car, I'm counting that as a win.
Yeah, definitely. But still these Mahanan and the others. And do you know why there are no sentries posted right now?
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it's because Mahanan was on sentry duty tonight with his squad.
Yeah, that would explain it. So how do we destroy these things?
I'm sorry, dear. What did you say?
So, how do we destroy these things?
Oh, just hand them here.
She gestures for Desmond and Ray to hand over the ironbark things.
I hand him over. Or
Yep.
at least the one that I have.
Same.
Dirthara takes them one by one, and as kind of weird and rickety as her voice has been this whole time, she begins to sing, and it's hauntingly beautiful. She's not really singing to you guys. She's singing to the weapons and things. And she's kind of stroking them sort of gently and lovingly. as she continues this one very long song. It's in Elvish, but Valise, this is a form of Elvish that's so ancient that you barely can understand like every third word. Like it's the equivalent of listening to someone read like untranslated Chaucer in English would be. And as she sings, these items, which were sort of made out of these, sort of folded sheets of wood, start to come unravel in front of you. And it's almost like watching something like a wrinkled piece of cloth dry or a flower bloom. It just comes open and it seems like the most natural thing in the world. And when she's done, she's just holding these 3 big sheets of raw ironbark. And she says, "There we go." And she just chucks them into a bin in the corner with some others.
Neural looks slightly disappointed.
Ray claps.
"I'm sorry, dear. Did I not sing well enough for you?"
Neural was hoping to smash.
"No smashing. Smashing's what got me into this whole mess. My days of smashing are over, at least in the literal sense. In the figurative sense, I may be old, but I can still pull."
Quick question: do golems have tear ducts?
"Golems do if you want them to."
Okay, Ray's just like sobbing. It was so pretty.
Dirthara hobbles over and hands you a handkerchief and a cup of like regular putrid swamp tea. And she pats you on, well, she reaches for your shoulder, but she can sort of reach like your waist. So she pats you there and then hobbles back to the middle of the room and said, "Now, you kids wanted me to look at something?"
Right. She pulls it out of her pack and hands it over to Dirthara.
"All right.
We need to know who cursed it."
Let's see. Well, I don't know her personally, but it was definitely a woman. Ooh, not a woman. Spirit? Spirit or demon, definitely. I can tell you where she is now.
Yeah, we need to track her down.
She kind of sits quietly with this thing for a couple of minutes.
Can you tell what kind of demon?
She's looking and she's like concentrating. "Well, to be honest, I can't. I can tell you what she looks like in her current form, but she's disguised as a human."
But, so why can't you tell us where she is?
"No, I can.
You can.
I was getting to that, but your young man here interrupted me."
Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
she kind of intense eye contact with Desmond when she says "young man" here.
He makes eye contact with her.
It's really fun playing like a deep dark secret that all the players already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Anyways, moving on.
Listen, it's okay, it's totally my fault, but still.
Yeah, no, you personally told everyone.
He didn't tell me. He just dropped enough hints that I found out, and he's like, "Well, I better tell Andrea now."
Fair point. Fair point. Anyways, she says, she's near Lake Calenhad. Near the Circle Ruins.
Hey, DM.
Yeah.
How far away is that? Do we know?
Oh fuck! Like in like walking horsing distance.
We have a map. If Valise or Desmond want to hold Neural's arm for a moment to look at it.
Yeah, Neural has a map.
Okay, Valise will look at Neural, and Neural, would you mind showing us your Pip-Boy?
Neural hands Valise the ugly bracelet.
Valise
All right.
looks on the map.
From the exact location you are now, it's probably about 2-3 weeks of like good travel. It's maybe a week's ride.
She hands the ugly bracelet back to Neural, and just kind of sits back with her head lolling. Just, Maker.
I'm sorry, I don't have better news.
No, I appreciate your help. Thank you, Derthara. I guess we should start heading there as soon as possible. What do the rest of you think?
Ray sniffs. Says, yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Still recovering from the beautiful music.
Would it even be worth bothering with, though? By the time we get there, she could be long gone.
What do you propose instead?
I'm not sure.
Well, we might be able to pick up her trail.
Neural
Lines up
started
more
leaving
better.
the hut.
Neural,
Will
wait.
someone get him?
I grab Neural.
Listen, Derthar, before we decide what we're doing next, what are you going to do? Mahanan and the others are not going to be happy.
Oh, they haven't bothered me yet.
Up until now, they were hoping to get the ironbark back to use for themselves, but now they can't.
Listen, with or without weapons, I've taken care of myself and my people for a long, long time. We'll be okay. And if we aren't, we'll call on you kids.
If we're in the neighborhood, sure.
Neural raises his hammer.
Yes, dear. Smash.
Try not to die, yeah.
I'll do my best. Listen, when you kids get back from whatever quest you are on, I'll write to you. I'll let you know how things are. Hear from me.
That would be nice.
Someone died a horrible death.
Oh, maybe if we don't
And
hear
she-
from you, we'll come check it out.
And she kind of pats you on the shoulder, like she clearly believes that was a comforting statement.
Oh, Lord.
And one more thing before you go. You kids really went above and beyond to help me out. And I know it can't have been easy, so I know it's not quite what we agreed on, but I've got some little parting gifts for each of you. Now I don't make weapons, I don't make armaments, but I do have some knickknacks. And she hands each of you a wrapped gift.
Aww.
Dogmeat doesn't get one because Dogmeat already has the tiny toy Mabari that, since you guys have gotten back to the village, has been running little circles around him.
Oh god.
Yes. I give her a toy Bronto.
Thank you, dear.
Valise raises an eyebrow. Ray, how many of those things do you have?
There are many children in my family.
Neural has already ripped the wrapping off of his present.
Neural, you received a can of industrial strength 2000% deep bug repellent. And whenever you spray it on, for the duration of one combat, you will have +5 AC against all bugs or bug-like creatures.
Valise is putting her parcel in her bag for later.
And she glances over at Desmond and says, "You might want to unwrap yours in private, honey."
All right.
I unwrap mine.
All right. You have received. It is not new nipple chain.
Nipple chain. That would be something private, yes.
You have received a horn, like it looks like a music horn, or I guess not music so much as like blah. It is clearly carved out of a Bronto's horn.
Ooh.
And if you blow it, it makes no noise that is audible to any of your ears. And she says, "Dear, that's a Bronto horn. I'm sure you can recognize it. I don't know what it is, but it emits this like subsonic frequency. It makes anything with horns just love ya."
Yes.
And that's gonna add +2 to any non-combat checks, like skill checks, that you take against anything with horns.
Bless.
Dally, did you say Valise has tucked hers into her bag for later?
Yeah, Valise tries not to do sentimentality in front of other people.
All right. Sounds fair.
And Desmond was explicitly told to do his in private.
Oh, yeah.
And given the look that they shared, he knows that it better be in private.
Yeah.
So what now? I guess we're not really welcome here anymore. Should we be gone before morning?
You're welcome here as long as you need.
Here
I mean-
in your house, maybe.
At a certain point, we're going to give you farming duty, but you're still welcome.
Do you know, is it just Mahanan and his group who are out for revenge, or...
It'll be impossible to check until morning, really, with everybody in their houses and whatnot.
Fair.
If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably his squad and maybe a few extra folks from around, or maybe that were also sentries. We're really going to have to hold some sort of career fair.
Career fair.
Good.
I don't know why, it just strikes me so funny.
I love it.
Might it be alright for us to stay the night here?
Sure. Take Mahannan's hut. He's not using it.
Won't he be coming back?
He'd better not. I changed his diapers and I'll whoop his butt. I've seen it before.
Seen what before?
His butt, when I was changing his diapers.
Yeah. Alright. Let's head over there then, and shall we set out in the morning?
Sure. Take anything you want.
Thank you, I believe.
Real quick, do you have any, like, cement or something? My rock pieces that are falling apart.
You could roll around in the mud outside.
Or Desmond could heal you.
Oh, yes, that would work too.
Yeah, he might be better equipped than me.
Yeah.
I mostly do, wood.
Ray, do healing potions have any effect on you?
I rolled a 3, so that's 13.
I think
Yes,
so.
they do.
Sick.
It would be horrible if they didn't.
Good.
So you said a 13?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have roughly half my health left. Heck yeah.
And Alistair, roll a D100. You want to roll high. I mean, not like super high. It was a very nice Lyrium potion. You're probably fine, but yeah, you're fine. I just meant, I don't know, now it sounds much more menacing. I just meant like the upper numbers are good. Like if you roll 100, that's the best you can do, as opposed to like sometimes when you roll a D100, you want to roll a 1. Never mind.
I got you.
All right. She shows you to Mahannan's hut. It is a nice enough hut. It's got a couple of rooms, including like either like a guest room or maybe a roommate that also left with him. But there's like 2 beds and there's enough like blankets and things for other people to crash on the floor if they're not into bed sharing.
Which one looks like it's Mahannan's bed?
Probably the first one you come into.
Neural claims.
All right. Neural has claimed Mahannan's bed. There's a nice little kitchen area. As you look around, it looks like there's no like clothes in any of the wardrobes. There's not a ton of food around. There is a little bit if you guys want to make dinner without putting a dent in your rations. But there's not a ton of food around. There's no like, it looks like someone who's gone and intends to stay that way.
Felice is going to have a route around just in case there's anything left that's worth taking.
You find about 4 lyres worth of spare change and, food for dinner.
For red or blue?
I mean, they're like, it's a mix of red and blue, but it comes out to 4 blue lyres.
Cool.
Does anyone mind if I put that in my stash, or we could have one each?
All yours.
Cool.
Right on.
Yeah, Felice pockets it.
Okay. There is like a private bathroom if someone wanted to like open their gift secretly, but if not, it can like, you guys can just go to bed.
Yeah, that's what Desmond's gonna do. Open his gift secretly.
All right. You received a book from Dirthara. The cover says Justice's Pocket Guide to the Mortal Realm.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And this is going to allow you once per day to re-roll a like knowledge-based skill check, so long as it is something about the mortal realm.
Cool.
So like you could re-roll a history roll that you failed or something, but you couldn't re-roll an enchantment roll to identify a type of demon. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Felice is gonna take some blankets and she's gonna curl up in the kitchen to sleep.
Alrighty.
And as she's kind of tucking up in her blanket, she's gonna open her gift. She's not particularly trying to do it in secret or anything, but she's opening it there.
Just like low key.
Yeah.
All right. You received a little tuning whistle for your instruments,
Oh.
and that's going to give you a +2 on any bard skills you use. So like if you used turn up the cronk, you would do a +12 instead of a +10,
Nice.
as long as you use it before using that skill. And that's like you could use it prior to a whole combat. You don't have to like do it and then immediately do the other thing.
She is actually gonna start using the tuning whistle now to tune her flute and her lyre, and she's gonna softly strum on the lyre, just picking out a little
Alrighty.
lullaby.
Alright, sounds good. You didn't happen to take any like campfire stories when you leveled up, did you?
I did not. No, I was thinking I might do that next time.
All right, cool. I just wanted to like give you an opportunity to use them if you had used.
Oh, thank you.
All right. If there's nothing else you guys want to do, you go to sleep.
I can't remember if we decided if golems sleep or not. I think we did. So they
Yeah.
slept.
Golems follow gem rules. Like you don't have to breathe, but it's nice. You don't have to sleep, but it's nice. You don't have to eat, but you know that's a matter of personal opinion.
Right.
And I mean, you clearly do enjoy at least drinking.
Right. Swamp tea.
Felice knows that feel.
Red. It's like Christmas, but in like the middle of the probably summer. I don't know.
What?
I said it's like Christmas, but in the middle of like probably summer. I don't actually know what season it is.
What, with everybody like sleeping?
Presents.
The
No,
gifts.
we got presents.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I was confused. All right.
Well, Neural is having me going to sleep in the bed with him because the point is we're getting the bed as dirty as possible.
Excellent.
Neural is actually planning on getting the bed dirty.
Yes.
In case
Me,
we
Oh.
have
me
nothing
dog
wrong.
helped you pull the moss and sticks off of Ray earlier, and he rolls around in the moss pile and then jumps into bed with you. And he snuggles up and tucks his head under your chin.
Oh.
All right. Let's see. There is a beautiful half moon in the sky. Well, 2 half moons. I keep forgetting there's 2 moons. They're both half moons because they're on the same moon cycles, because there's no way I'm keeping track of more than one. And you guys all drift off to sleep. Nothing horrible happens. You sleep very well. And it's the next morning.
All right.
Felice will wake up when the sun rises.
Alrighty. What about everybody else?
Hang on, I have a thing for this. Felice is going to get up, stretch, and see who else is awake.
Desmond isn't quite. He's still not used to the whole sleep thing yet, so he's kind of. He either does too much of it or too little of it, and right now it's too much.
Okay, so Neural and Desmond are still asleep. Felice is going to pull out her flute and
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. Peaceful morning wake up.
Incredible.
I hope it didn't wake
Ray
him up
wakes
with-
up, makes a big yawn, realizes she never took the moss and twigs and sticks off of her, goes outside and starts shedding.
Oh no, we took them off of you.
Oh, you did?
Girl and me both did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
well, you weren't paying attention.
Got you. Seems about right.
Nerl is still asleep.
Felice is going to continue what she was doing, but slowly move closer to Neural and slowly play louder and louder.
Meat Dog wakes up, hops down, and immediately goes out and starts digging some very passive-aggressive looking holes in the yard.
He should pee on something.
He probably will, but it's none of your business if he does.
Or poop somewhere.
Is Neural still asleep?
Should we have a roll-off to see if I wake you?
What do we roll?
Valise, roll charisma for barding, and roll endurance.
I get the feeling that Neural's going to beat that.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
So,
It's the same. We both rolled 14. I just happen to have a higher bonus.
significantly higher one. I forgot you managed to finagle a 12 in endurance. All right. So, Felice, would you like to do something else to wake Neural up? Or?
I would. She puts the flute down, sits on the bed next to Neural, and whispers, "Is that a bug?"
Neural jolts awake and grabs his hammer and starts spinning around looking for the bug.
Felice just goes back to tootling on her flute again.
Innocently.
Where is bug? Neural will smash bug.
No bug. Good morning.
Neural just kind of looks at Valise. Just kind of
Betrayal.
walks into the room. I would also just like to take this moment to point out that Neural is still wearing the hospital gown and pants.
No.
Can we please get Neural some clothes?
No.
Oh, he has them.
I
Just
offered
offered
Neural
God.
clothes in Neural's session 0, and Neural did not take them. Neural also
Why?
had a suitcase full of clothes with them.
Neural, why is it that you're wearing a hospital gown?
This is what Neural woke up in.
Neural woke up like this.
Would you like to wear something a bit more practical?
Neural just kind of cocks his head to the side.
Well, hospital gowns are generally for people who are going to get operated on, that kind of thing. You know, with the open back for easy access. They don't really keep the cold out or protect you from the sun.
Blink, blink. And he takes it off.
Okay, but do you have something else you can put on?
Neural just kind of puts the suitcase down, sits, opens it up, and just kind of starts pulling things out of it.
Felice watches with interest to see what he keeps inside the suitcase he carries around everywhere. Because last time he opened it, there was a Pip-Boy in it.
There's like an MRE suitcase, not suitcase, a canned food. There's a couple of things of clothes, 3 jeweled goblets, a pepper grinder, and a cheese wheel.
Incredible.
Sounds like my Skyrim inventory.
Yeah, Neural's actually kind of a cross-universe player. To be honest, Neural does kind of act like a dragonborn in Skyrim.
Oh my god, we're
Everything.
I'd better not wear this shirt just yet. I need to keep it for an emergency.
But I'm gonna carry
Neural
it
was
around in my
probably wearing a
inventory.
shirt already. He didn't see a point of putting on a new one. And to be fair, it's also like me and WoW, because even though I've gained a lot of new armor, I have a tendency to just hoard them until I can get to a store.
Yeah.
Which is valid, because it sells for a fair chunk of change.
Oh yeah.
You seem to have been on some interesting adventures there, Neural.
Neural hasn't traveled much.
And yet, look at all you've collected so far.
Neural found a lot of this when he woke up.
I'm trying to remember how much of Neural's backstory we've been told so far.
To the best of my knowledge, I think you just know that Neural woke up somewhere, and you did see the phrase specimen KNR1
That's right.
Hit-Boy when it booted.
You don't remember anything from before you woke up, huh?
Nope.
Not any places? People?
Nope. Neural remembers waking up and finding Meat Dog.
And are you okay? That sounds kind of like a lot to go through.
No, that's fine.
That we should all be more like you.
At this moment, Meat Dog comes scampering in, wagging his tail, and deposits a dead radroach in front of Neural and just barks happily.
Oh, hey, there's that bug.
Neural pats Meat Dog on the head. Good Meat Dog.
So wait,
Like neural like doggo.
so where did you find Meat Dog anyway?
He was on the other side of the door.
On the other side of the door where you woke up?
Yep.
How about you, Meat Dog? She, leans down and holds out her hand to him. Do you remember anything from before Neural woke up?
Meat Dog barks and wags his tail.
Too bad you can't tell us, huh?
Meat Dog kind of whines sadly.
She, scritches in behind. Don't worry, if it's important, I'm sure we'll find.
Alright, are you guys gonna do anything else before you head out, or?
Felice will try and rustle up a bit of breakfast with whatever food is left there.
Neural has put on a shirt.
Desmond's still asleep.
You didn't wake up from the music?
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know how close he was, or like, I don't know how. If she was just playing it at Neural, or anyway, sure, he's awake.
Alright, if you're rustling up breakfast, there's like just enough food left to feed you guys like a light breakfast before you head out, but there's not really any extra.
I opt not to eat just because I don't really need to, and these mortal beings do.
So, what's our plan for today then?
Well, we should probably get started.
What direction does we have to go?
Well, that rather depends on if we are going to... Damn it, what was the place we're going to again, Hannah?
The circle ruins in Lake Calenhad.
Cool, thank you. Well, that really depends on whether we're following the lead to Lake Calenhad or not. I can't think of anything else we should do instead to find who we're looking for.
I think that's the best course of action.
I mean, I agree that they might be long gone by the time we get there, but we don't have any other leads.
And if they're there, they're probably not up to any good.
And as Ray said, even if they aren't there, there might be another lead when we get there.
Yep.
PM Tana.
Granted, we all kind of fell into this. I know that none of us knew each other before that dragon attacked Guarin. Perhaps now is the time to say, anyone who doesn't want to be involved in all of this, I won't think any less of anyone who needs to walk away.
Neural has revenge to get.
On the dragon, yes, of course.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Yes.
in.
I've cut and run from bigger challenges before, but I don't like the implications that Tevinter Group are doing with the Blade of Isera. On a more selfish note, I want to get Jenny back.
To be perfectly honest, I really have nowhere else to go or anywhere else to be.
You're not like Neural, are you? Did you only just
No.
wake up the other day?
Not quite. It's a long story.
You don't have a place to go, people you know?
No.
Well, she looks between Desmond and Neural. For what it's worth, it seems the two of you have us now.
And that's a good enough reason to stick around, because at least I know you. I don't know what else is out there, and I'd rather stick with what I know.
You know us a bit anyway. It's better than nothing.
Neural is slowly inching his finger closer to Desmond.
Of course, I suppose Neural, what are you doing?
He poked Desmond.
Why did you do that?
Shrug.
All right. Hold on, out of character. I'm trying to think, because, like, I have an idea of, like, Desmond kind of having an epiphany related to this conversation, but IDK how to word it. It's just an awfully long trip, and do you all know of any way to get there more quickly? Like,
Well, my horse is still in the stables here. Because I just remembered I have a horse. But
I'm more thinking magic or something.
Do any of us know any magical ways to get places quicker? Out of character?
Teleportation portals? Is that a thing in Dragon Age?
Hard fucking no.
What about catching a ride on a dragon?
You want to die?
Not Jessica. Geralt.
Geralt's not of this universe.
Gosh darn it.
He gets sued for copyright violation,
Fair.
including a Geralt.
Fair. Alright, I got nothing. I mean, I can just run really fast and try and carry everyone.
Out of character, could we get a flying carpet?
I mean, I guess you could have a carpet enchanted to fly. There's no reason that that would be impossible. But it doesn't, like, exist as, like, a thing that people do in this universe.
I'm just trying to think, is there any magical way of transportation that Valise would know about, or would she be clueless in that?
I mean, she would know that there really isn't much.
Fair. In which case she will say, do you know something that we don't, Desmond?
No, I'm just trying to think. See, I'm wondering if there's some way we could use the fade.
The fade.
That's where I was wondering out of character too. If there's like some like jumping through the fade, walking a few feet, opening another portal, jumping through the fade, and ending up being 5 miles away, like in Minecraft.
That does work in this universe. The issue is that certainly at this level, and given the fact that none of you are Rift mages, you have no idea how you would go about opening a portal to the Fade on purpose.
So what you're saying is we need to find a Rift mage.
So what you're saying is I
Han Solo, and then do basically what they did in episode 4.
see what I figured Hannah is saying is that this means that I should pick Rift Mage as Desmond's secondary spec.
Honest to God, what I was saying is you guys have a 3-week trip, but I'm perfectly willing to let you guys do this a different way if you want. Anyways, you could go find a Rift Mage. You know for a fact that there are tons of Rift Mages in Guarin. Valise, you would also know that that is the case in essentially every major city, including Denerim. You guys are about midway between Guarin and Denerim currently.
Is it common knowledge that distance in the Fade works differently?
Everybody roll enchantment. Alistair, take a +7 bonus.
For no reason at all.
No reason, no character reason that Alistair's human character Desmond would take a +7 bonus for knowledge about the Fade and how distance and time work there.
That's surprisingly well.
Everyone except Ray.
My roll was shit, but
Yeah.
I have a really high bonus, so.
I think the Fade is probably something that exists.
Yeah, Ray, as an ex-dwarf, you have heard stories of the Fade, but you're not even like totally certain it's real, or it's
Yeah.
just something that like all the tall people make up to be funny. Like if it's a mass hallucination, you don't know.
Right. I love it.
You definitely know that distance works differently in the Fade. You could reasonably have this plan. Valise, you're not certain that distance works differently, but it's worth a shot. It makes more sense than anything else you've got. Neural, you're about where Valise is. Like, people have talked about the Fade and you don't really know what that is, but it's like a different magic place that's all over the other places, and maybe space works differently there.
Valise looks at Desmond and says, well, I suppose it could work, but we'd need to know what we were doing. We'd need someone to open a rift.
Ray just laughs. Says, what are you talking about? The Fade isn't real. Come on, let's get walking.
Desmond stares at her.
The Fade is where magic and dreams come from, Ray.
That's just what the tall people say.
You're a tall person now.
I take offense to that. I'm a dwarf.
I'm sure you are, but you're also tall.
It's all about the mindset.
So you're trying to be small-minded.
Short-minded.
I see.
It's very different. It's just a perspective on the world.
All right. Well,
Now, come on, let's stop with this joke, and we really should get going.
It's not a joke. The fate is very much real.
that's where the dragon came from. That's where the dragon took Jenny.
No,
All
you
right.
just Ray kind of like looks at you guys, and it's just like still not really buying it, but it's just like, all right, if you guys wanna mess around with this weird tall people nonsense, I'll let you do that for a little bit, and then we'll start walking.
Valise beckons over Neural to get a look at the map on his Pip-Boy again.
Neural lets Valius look at the ugly bracelet.
She's looking.
Meat Dog is scooting his butt across the floor.
Sorry?
Oh no, I was just giving you a Meat Dog update. He's scooting his butt across the floor.
What a good
I didn't mean
boy.
to interrupt.
Good.
Boy.
He's such a good boy.
What were you looking for, Dolly?
I was looking for. Okay, so which direction are we going to need to? Oh, this is Denerim. Sorry, this is. I was pulling up a map, but it's just the map of Denerim. That's not going to help us right now. So yes, which direction do we need to go to head towards Lake? Oh God, Lake
Calenhad?
Calenhad.
Lake Calenhad is almost exactly due west of you. Guarin is to the south, and Denerim is to the north.
So, are there any major cities between here and Lake Calenhad?
None have been discovered on Neural's Pip-Boy yet.
Would I know if there are any?
You know, as far as like your knowledge of Ferelden, because you're actually pretty well traveled, you know that it's a very densely populated area. Definitely, like the biggest city in Ferelden is Denerim, and most of the really big ones are on the coast. But there's a lot of villages, and Redcliffe is a pretty populated area. It's a semi-major location, but nothing that you'd be like absolutely certain had rift mages that would help you.
She taps the Pip-Boy screen. Alright, so there are two major cities that are closest to us. We have Guarin in the south, which is where we came from, and we have Denerim in the north, which is where I'm from. Both places we could find rift mages. There's also a few settlements on our way to Lake Calenhad, so potentially we could start heading west and look for rift mages as we go, but no guarantees. But if I can be quite honest, even if we find a rift mage in Guarin or Denerim, there are still no guarantees that they'll help us or that going through the Fade will work. We might end up just spending 3 weeks looking for someone to get us through the Fade.
Then I suppose we should head for Lake Calenhad and hope we find someone on the way or something. I don't know.
That's what I'm leaning towards personally. Redcliffe does have a decent population. We might get lucky there.
Which direction?
Neural, if I tell you which direction, are you going to go barreling off ahead of us?
Neural is silent.
How about Neural walks the same direction as the rest of us? How's that sound?
Neural sits, still holding up his arm for Valise.
Oh, thank you, Neural. You can have your arm back now.
He puts it down.
All right, we've rested, we've eaten. It would be nice to be healed up a bit more, but well, I do have some more healing potions. I was thinking of saving them for an emergency, but what do you think?
You can look for like healing herbs and things as you're walking to make more potions.
Oh, sweet. Can any of us do that?
I don't know what kind of points y'all have put into herbalism, but that's what you'd be rolling.
Okay, I'll take that into
Neural has 3.
Felice has 6.
1.
Okay. Is there anything the rest of you want to do before we leave?
Nope. I think I'm good.
I think I'm going to swing by and just let Dirthara know that we're heading out. If the rest of you
Oh yes, good plan.
gonna head back to Dirthara's.
Valise, as you are walking out of the hut, a person that you have never seen before in your life comes barreling towards you. Like they're not armed, they're just running.
Can I look behind them and see if they're running from something?
No, they're not running from anything.
She holds out her arms just in case she has to catch them. What?
They skid to a halt right in front of you, and they say, "From Guarin Express delivery for Police Nerani. Tip your couriers." And then they kind of just lean down and kind of like melt into the fence, and they hand you a piece of paper.
Oh my gosh. Alright, hang on. She takes the piece of paper, but she quickly fumbles in her bag and gives. She's going to hold out a water canteen to the courier because it looks like they need it.
They drink it. They're new on the job. They got a little enthusiastic about their first rush delivery.
Do I need to roll some kind of knowledge check to know what would be a reasonable tip?
I guess you can roll streetwise.
Cool. 30.
Like 5 liars is a nice tip.
5 blue.
Yeah.
I give them 5 blue lyre.
Thank you,
And I read.
miss. I'm just gonna lay here for a little while.
Okay. And
They just start having themselves a nap right on the lawn.
that house up there is free if you want to just recover, and she's going to start reading the note.
They kind of give a thumbs up in your general direction, but they're having a grass nap.
Fair.
You open the note, and I'm gonna PM you.
Cool. The rest of you could always be doing something while Valise is reading.
I imagine that Ray is holding back Neural.
Yeah, basically. Like just casually leaning on Neural, one hand out.
Neural is just kind of walking in place.
Uh-huh.
So I have a question for you, Neural.
What is human's question?
Please tell the rest of the village I'm a human. Just a little bit louder, yes. But my question...
What is human question?
I deserved that. My question for you is, do you have a violent hatred towards all bugs?
Yes.
So even the, stereotypically pretty cute ones
Yeah.
like butterflies. So
All
you hate
bugs are evil.
Understood. Thank you. I was curious.
Just staring intently at Desmond, and slowly puts out Neural's finger.
Do not poke me again.
His finger is hovering an inch away.
Do not.
It just sits there.
Thank you.
He's not moving his finger away.
Desmond takes a step back.
Neural takes a step forward.
Does he? He still has a ray hand on his head.
It's true.
Neural is going to
Please.
attempt to fight Ray's hand. An athletics contest.
Okay.
What have I done?
I just leveled up my stuff.
What have I done?
I rolled low.
Boy, did ya.
Okay, yep.
Neural can do
hand
whatever Neural
snaps
wants.
off. My hand just snaps off at the wrist.
Now you gotta grow a new one.
I'm starting it.
Please stop that.
Neural just kind of cocks his head to the side.
Please respect my personal space.
Neural takes a half a step back.
Please take another step back.
Neural takes another half step back.
Desmond sighs loudly.
Valise has finished reading the note and whisks around to the others. Could you stop fooling around for 5 seconds, please?
I'm completely serious. Fine.
Neural is serious too.
She very carefully folds up the note and tucks it into her breast pocket and turns to the courier. Do you take return deliveries? Are you headed back to Guarin?
In the morning.
No, it's not urgent. I would just like to reply.
Alrighty. Just put it on my butt when you're done. And they kind of roll over and just face plant in the grass. Please tell me that the courier's head isn't a meat dog hole. Yep. That's how they're breathing. They look pretty comfy. It's like one of those spa chairs where there's like room for your face.
except, in the dirt.
Good.
Felice sort of quite carefully, but like almost pointedly, scratches out a reply, folds up that piece of paper, tucks it into the courier's pocket, and just says, "Right, Dirthara, better go say goodbye," and stalks off.
Alrighty. Do you have a scene in mind, or are you just saying bye
Just
and
saying
check?
goodbye.
All right. She says goodbye to you as well and wishes you guys luck on your journey.
Oh, she'll briefly say thank you for the tuning.
No problem, honey. It's really the least I could do. I mean, really. The most I could do is pretty scary.
I'm sure.
You guys have fun storming the castle.
Yes. Wave goodbye.
She waves goodbye back. A couple of the other elves from just sort of around have heard by now of what you guys did, and they've sort of gathered out to say goodbye, and they wave you off. And with that, you guys are headed off on a new adventure, and I think that's where we're going to call the session for today.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for playing, and thank you, Dally, for recording.
And good night.
Bye.
Night.